Shedeur Sanders gets some breaking news about this upcoming head coaching search. It's been reported that Mike McDaniels have withdrew his name from the interviewing process of being the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. It was reported by a NFL insider, as you see there, Albert Brewer. He said, with Mike McDaniels' interview canceled, per Tom Pelissero, the Browns' second round of interview will continue on Thursday with the Chargers, DC Jesse Minter, and Friday with the Jags, OC Grant Udemski. The Ravens offensive coordinator Todd Monken came in, also already did his interview, and so has Jim Schweitzer, the defensive coordinator of the Cleveland Browns. So that is the news. Man, that's some heartbreaking news because Mike McDaniel is an offensive guru. He's an offensive guru. Now, I don't know. Maybe he thinking that he wasn't going to get the job. And one important key thing that people ain't talking about, the Cleveland Browns was using him as a minority interview because in order for you to name a head coach, you got to interview two minority candidates outside of the building to hire your next coach. So they were using him, and maybe he felt like that. He said, hey, they just using me as a minority candidate to be a head coach. They're not going to give me that head job. I'm going to withdraw my name. I'm not going to show up on Wednesday. But check this out. He also got a shot at getting the Pittsburgh Steelers job and the Baltimore Ravens job and the Las Vegas Raiders job because he's on their list as being the head coach or the OC for that team.
And who knows? Maybe McDaniel was on their board. They loved him, but McDaniel's stipulation was, I didn't want Jim Schwartz as my DC. I wanted to build out my own brand new staff. And like they looked at the candidates, and part of the non-negotiables for them was we want Schwartz. Maybe that's what happened on Monday. They wanted Schwartz as the DC. They looked at the list of people. The list of people that would go along with it are the only ones that remain now. There's a lot we don't know, but one thing we do know is that this is the Browns telling us that they're out of the McDaniel business. It didn't seem like it's the other way around.
Yeah, well, I don't know, and I'm just like I'm gonna not react to just this. Mike McDaniel is a guy that I thought of the succulent six was the best guy to lead this organization going forward. And whether he never really seriously entertained them because of 2014, whether he just didn't hear what he liked in the first round, or maybe he thinks somebody else is getting the job. Whatever it is, if you take the best candidate out of a search, and I don't know if it's going to be an off-the-board candidate or one of these five guys, and which one of the five it's going to be, it's tough to feel as good about this search as I did about an hour ago.
Well, Sean McDermott is how they saved this thing.
Now, what does that mean for Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns going forward? Andrew Berry going to have to find another minority coach to interview outside of the building to be considered as a head coach before they can hire their head coach. Because I really think that Andrew Berry is trying his best to pair Jim Schweitzer and Grant Udemski together. I believe that's what if you read in the room, and that's what I'm trying to read, because when you look at Shieldhouse can't interview because his team, the Rams, are still in the playoff, and he won't be available until next week. So that's why it's going to be to next week until they name a head coach. But if Andrew Berry was smart, I would kick the tires on the former Buffalo Bills head coach. I would kick the tires on him. I'll kick my tire because Andrew Berry and some of the members that was interviewing him back in 2016, they wanted him to be the head coach when he was with Carolina Panthers as the defensive coordinator. But he went on to Buffalo and accepted that job. Jimmy Haslam didn't want him. Jimmy Haslam wanted another guy. I think it was Hugh. I forgot his name. It was Hugh. I forgot Hugh's last name. But he ended up getting the job because that's who the owner wanted at the time of the hiring of the head coach. So, once again, heartbreaking news Man, breaking news that the Miami Dolphins, former head coach, pulled his name from being the head coach candidate and interviewing for the Cleveland Browns head coaching job. I think he would have been a good matchup on the offensive side for Shedeur Sanders and that quarterback room. He's the only quarterback on the offensive side that they are interviewing got head coaching experience. The rest of them guys don't have head coaching experience. They don't have head coaching experience. And for Andrew Berry to be the man in charge, he got to get this one right, y'all. He got to get that head coaching job right. His job on the line. Man, Jimmy hasn't done fired everybody. Y'all already done got rid of everybody. Andrew Berry next. He got to get it right. He got to get this right, y'all. If I were Andrew Berry, I'd go with Sean McDermott as my head coach. I ain't worried about Jim, the defensive coordinator. If he want to leave, let him go. I'll find me another. I will go out to Sean McDermott. That's his thing, the defensive side of the ball. And hire me one of those young, upcoming coaches on the offensive side of the ball that you already know interviewed. Time is winding up now. Time is winding up. These coaches are moving fast. These teams are moving fast and getting their head coaching job. The Tennessee Titans just at midnight, hired their head coach, Robert Sellers, the former defensive coordinator of the 49ers. People are bringing their folks in. So we just got to see what Andrew Berry going to do going forward with this head coaching thing. But hey, once again, I just want to bring you the breaking news right here on Sports Talk with B. Watts. Once again, thank you for watching Sports Talk with B. Watts. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, hit that notification button. It'll let you know whenever I go live. Will you do that for me? All right. Peace.